Toyota cut the price on this thing by almost $3,000 and then they gave it 22 more horsepower and 20% more electric range. This is the all-new 2026 Toyota RAV4 plug-in hybrid, 48,750 Canadian dollars to start with, and yes, that's actually cheaper than the last year model. So the short answer, I'd buy one, but there's a $2,500 trap hiding in the trim ladder and Toyota isn't advertising it. So here's why this car matters. The RAV4 is Canada's best-selling passenger vehicle, and for 2026, it's all new. 6th generation hybrid only lineup, and this plug-in version replaces the old RAV4 Prime. Quick thanks to Attrell Toyota in Brampton and Sumit for providing me the access of this car, but as you know, they have got zero say in the verdict. Short version, so you can leave early if you want. Under 53,000 Canadian dollars all in. This is the plug-in hybrid I'd buy in Ontario right now, but two things later might change your mind. One's about the charging and one's about what happens the second you climb the trim ladder. And at 3 minutes, I'll show you the rebate math that decides which trim you should actually order. Miss that part and it could cost you around $2,500. 4 trims: SE at $48,750, XSE at $56,400, the new GR Sport at $57,500, and XSE with the technology package at $59,350. All of them all-wheel drive, and every number today is Canada as of July 2026. On the lot, the new one reads sharper than the outgoing Prime. Same footprint, but the body is more squared off. The lighting is similar and the visibility is actually better thanks to the bigger side and rear glass. Every trim gets a power moonroof, power tailgate and the LED headlights. The SE rides on 18 inches alloy wheels and the XSE and GR Sport rides on 20 inches alloy wheels. The GR Sport is the headline. The first RAV4 ever tuned by the Gazzo Racing with a rear wing, performance damper and that red calipers. It seamlessly looks great. Hold that thought until the rebate math though. Now let's see what's under the floor. You are getting a 22.7 kilowatt per hour battery, which is up from 18.1 which you were getting in the previous model. This battery is feeding 2 motors, which is combined with 2.5 liter 4-cylinder engine, and it can produce up to 324 horsepower combined, which is up by 22 horsepower which you were getting in the previous model. This is what I told you in the beginning. Toyota claims 80 kilometers of pure electric range. Natural Resources Canada rates it at 79 to 89 kilometers depending on the trim. The old Prime was only giving you 68 kilometers on the electric range, and early instrumental tests have cracked 90 plus kilometers in mild weather with a gentle foot. Now the segment you screenshot. Consider your battery is empty. This is still a hybrid. You are getting 5.7 to 6.4 liters per 100 kilometers. That's roughly 41 mile per gallon US. At 20,000 kilometers per year and today's gas price, which is around 1.85. If you take the worst case, let's say you never plugged this in ever, you are still paying about $2,109 per year in fuel. If you compare it with the gas SUV that can provide you 9 liters per 100 kilometers, the math is really simple. It can cost you around 3,330 Canadian dollars, which is up by $1,200 you can save in gas without even using that electric motor. And now if you plug in every night and commute under 80 kilometers, your gas bill basically disappears. And now the SE and XSE can also tow about 3,500 lbs. Okay, so now the moment I promised. Canada's federal EV rebate. The EVAP pays up to 2,500 Canadian dollars on plug-in hybrids. So the catch is, the final transaction value has to be $50,000 or less. Look at the trim ladder again. The SE starts at around 48,750 Canadian dollars. Every other RAV4 plug-in hybrid trim is more than that, which is around $56,400 and up range. That means the SE is the only RAV4 plug-in hybrid that can qualify. And even then, if you load it with enough options and the accessories, you can literally option yourself right out of that rebate. Toyota built 4 trims and the government will help you buy exactly one of them. That's the trap I promised, and it's also your answer. Inside, every trim gets a 12.3-inch digital cluster, wireless CarPlay and Android Auto, dual zone climate, 5 USB-C ports, heated front seats and heated steering wheel. Genuinely useful in January along with the standard all-wheel drive and the remote start. through a remote connector app. SE runs on 10.5-inch touchscreen display. XSE and up gets about 12.9 inches, JBL audio and ventilated seats. Safety is Toyota's Safety Sense 4.0 on every single trim, plus the blind spot monitors and the safe exit assist. If you are wondering what that is, that's the one that stops your kids from opening the door into a cyclist. Speaking about the kids, let's take a look at the rear seats. That's where they're gonna spend most of their time. First of all, let's go ahead and see the space that I have in the rear seats. The front seat is currently set for my driving position, but as you can see, I have more than enough legroom here. No worry about that. And the headroom, you don't have to worry about anything. The headroom is amazing. Now, if you talk about the features that you have two USB-C ports with the fast charging. So there will be no problem if they are watching a tablet and they want to charge it. It's really easy here. Two AC vents, again, really convenient. They have two storage pockets here behind the seats. One armrest with two cup holders. The seats are pretty comfortable here for the long drives. They have one grabbing handle here on top and some water bottle storage in the door. So basically the back seats are enough for anybody who's going on a long trip, and they will be really comfortable here in the back. Now let's take a look at the boot space that you are getting, which is also important for a lot of people. Again, to open the boot, you have to click the button and the boot will open itself. If you take a look at the boot space, behind the rear seats, you are getting 949 liters of cargo capacity, which is around 33.5 cubic feet, roughly, which is a lot of boot space without even folding those rear seats. Now, if you want more space, you can easily fold down the rear seats. You have 60-40 split to fold down those seats. After folding it down, you are getting about roughly 1800 liters of cargo capacity, which is around 66 cubic feet, which is a lot of space here in the new RAV4. So for someone who wants just space, there will be no problem for them. Okay, so now let's do a quick scorecard for all the plugins Ontario actually cross-shop. Mitsubishi Outlander plug-in hybrid starts from around 50,498 Canadian dollars and it promises around 72 kilometers of electric range. But that thirsty 8.6 liters per 100 kilometers, once the battery is dead, it's going to cost you a lot. It's Ace 7 seats and a 10-year powertrain warranty. Hyundai Tucson plug-in hybrid, one loaded trim can start from around 49,800 Canadian dollars and can give you 64 kilometers of range. Now Kia Sportage plug-in hybrid, it starts from around 48,545 Canadian dollars and can go up to 55,145 Canadian dollars with the delivery, but can give you only 53 to 55 kilometers of range. The RAV4 wins the electric range and the empty battery efficiency outright, and it's the only one whose base trim ducks under the rebate line. Now if you talk about the winter row, all four have the all-wheel drive, call it a draw. RAV4 plug-in hybrid SE has a 48,750 MRP. Toyota's all-in estimate with freight, PDI and max fee, it will touch around 52,408 Canadian dollars. Plus add that 13% HST and you are at 59,221 Canadian dollars plus the licensing. It qualifies for $2,500 EVAP rebate at the point of sale, and you are realistically out of door around 56,700 Canadian dollars. Toyota Canada also has finance and leasing programs running through end of the July. Rates change monthly, so confirm the current numbers with the dealer. 1. The plug-in hybrids are pointless if you can't charge at home. Fair, but even never plugged in, it can give you around 5.7 liters per 100 kilometers hybrid range. You lose the magic, not the math. And yes, an Ontario winter will cut that 80 kilometers of EV range meaningfully. Plan on real world around 55 to 65 kilometers in February. Second, I'll never actually get one. Remember the prime waitlist, early allocations are moving fast. Okay, so now the verdict. Buy the SE if you've got a driveway. Most electric range in the class, the only trim that can claim the $2,500 rebate. Skip it for the Outlander plug-in hybrid if you need 7 seats. Wait if you want the XSE or GR Sports, it's gone. Because above $56,000, the rebate's gone and only $59,350 XSE Tech gets the DC fast charging. Coming from a RAV4 Prime, more power, more range, lower price, that almost never happens. Just don't let the trim ladder pick your pocket. Comment your pick below. RAV4, Outlander, Tucson or Sportage. Pricing link is below in the description. And this exact car is sitting at Attrell Toyota in Brampton. Book a test drive. Ask for Sumit Singhal. tell him Autotech Review sent you and he'll give you the best deal. Goodbye for now. I'll see you guys in the next review.